welcome to the very first official Cheap Meals a Week recipe day. It's late, I know, but I did have my wisdom teeth out. They're better, but I wasn't able to do anything on Wednesday and Thursday. Today's Saturday, actually, so this will be going up Saturday afternoon. It's just on my phone. I'll cut out and cut in, make it kind of look cool, but I don't really have anything to make a really good video yet, but when I do, and when this channel gets better, then I will, for sure. So, I am decked out today in my chef's outfit. Yes, I don't know what it's actually called, but I'm in it. And today, we are making these muffins. They are blueberry coffee cake muffins, and they are the best thing in the world. Oven's ready. Best thing in the world you can do is a freshly baked warm muffin. Best thing you can do. If you walk into your living room in the morning and your family's sitting there tired, bring them coffee and bring them fresh baked muffins. It only takes like an hour, and it's so worth it. Bring them the muffins and they will love you for eternity. Eternity. I swear to you, okay? So, to start, if you don't have one of these, you can, I just got this actually. We just got this for my mom for Mother's Day. But if you don't have one, you can use an electric beater, one of those things. I do recommend getting one of these. Great investment if you like to bake and cook. If you just kind of come in here and if you heat up hungry men, don't buy one of these. But if you do like to bake and you actually are going to be a chef or whatever, get a KitchenAid mixer. It's so worth it. I had watermelon for breakfast. We went to the farmer's market. I got some delicious beets, and so it's pretty good. Sorry, my mom just walked in. So we got these beets, and look at these. They just smell so. Oh, there's some plastic stuck on that one. Look at the color. The color is just good. So these muffins are blueberry, but I don't have any blueberries. But what I did get was a gigantic bowl of fresh strawberries from just a huge bowl of these strawberries, just from the farmer's market. But delicious, fresh, tasty. It's gonna be the exact same. Use a fruit. You can use banana. Actually, I wouldn't use banana, but you could. Blueberries, strawberries. You can use nuts if you want. You can put nuts in these. But basically, what you're gonna want to do is I'll put everything down below. But what you want is a cup and a half of sugar in your mixing bowl. Okay. And what you're going to do is cream the butter and cream the sugar together. Now, creaming is really common in these kinds of things. Cookies, shortbread cookies, a lot of muffins and cupcakes use this method. So you get it all in. Now, you want your butter at room temperature. I just took mine out of the fridge, so I'm going to put it in the microwave, not for a long time. If your butter melts, you're screwed. You do not want melted butter. You just want soft butter. You want to be able to just poke it and have a good hole inside of it. So, what I think I have somewhere, maybe not, maybe it's over here. Buy one of these. You can use it to scoop up vegetables and cut up butter. So I'm going to just lay my butter down and just cut it. Just like that. Cut it up into fours and cut those in half if you want. Just like that. Lay them out like this and microwave. Don't use a double boiler. Don't use any of that crap. Not for a long time. Keep your eye on it. Keep your eye on it. If you start to see it melt in the top, take it out and just let it rest for a bit. Take your time. It's so worth it to take your time. Okay, so we'll just watch it. Make sure it doesn't melt. It should be okay. So I'll go through the rest of the ingredients with you. They're all down below. The procedure will be down below. See there, look. It starts to melt on top. Take it out. Take it out. Okay. Put it there. Now, Like this video, thumbs it up if you want more recipes like this. Okay, so now look at what I can do with the butter. I can make like a little hole in it. It's ready in the bowl. Just throw it in the bowl. Throw it all in the bowl. If you have a giant chunk of butter like that, I would cut it up, just because you're gonna hear a little snap. Sorry. Just because if it's really hard, it takes longer and it doesn't work as good. So you want it at room temperature, like a nice soft butter. Okay, so I just put it all in. You want the paddle attachment. Now mine is like a crank, so you crank that up. Some of them are just you move this thing down and you can move it up. But turn it on. Start at a low speed. See, now if that butter was hard, it would just be hitting the sides and it wouldn't be doing anything. Turn it up a little bit. And the goal here is when you cream, you want the butter and the sugar to just kind of get together, not clumpy. It should be able to form like a snowball if you pack it all together. So you don't want it runny and you don't want it super stiff. Turn it up a little bit more. And just let it work. Let it do its thing. I'm not going to try and compete with this, so I'm going to turn this off and I'm going to get some other stuff ready while that creams. I'll show you what it looks like later, and I'll see you in a minute. Alright, so just finished creaming. I'm going to lower it, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. Like this. Soft. You can form it into a ball. Don't eat it yet. Just butter and sugar. Ah, gross. Put it in. I'll show you on the paddle what it looks like. Here. Look at that, how it's holding on there. Okay, put that back. You want it to be able to hold and just keep creamy. If you feel it, and you can still feel sugar, you can hear it. That's what you want, okay? So, put it all back in, if you took it out. Get that off my hand, okay? So now what you want to do, pop it back up. Okay. Now you're going to put 3 eggs in, one at a time, very slowly. Okay? So at a low speed. Actually, what I would do first is I'm going to turn the camera off for this, but scrape down the sides of your bowl with a spatula or whatever you have, a spoon or something. And it's just going to make sure you get it all in. So scrape down the sides. Do that right now. Okay, so scrape down the sides. Now, get your eggs, crack them into a bowl. Don't crack them over into, because if you have shells, you can get them out of the bowl and not out of a moving mixer. So, scrape down the bowl, have it all in the middle. Crank her up. I'm going to crack my eggs, turn it on at low speed, show you how slow you should do it. You got to wait till the eggs are absorbed. Alright, so at a low speed, got your eggs, one at a time. One egg in, okay. Now look. You can turn it up. You can turn it up a bit more, but it's got to absorb. Okay, it's just got to work itself in. It's gonna be goopy, but you're gonna put flour and all this in later. Okay, so 1 egg in. Okay. If you still see yellow, don't put the next one in. You gotta wait till it's the same color as when you started. It'll get darker, but you don't want streaks of yellow. Okay, just like that. Second one in. Okay. It'll take time. It'll work itself in, but it's not just going to happen automatically. So don't panic if it doesn't work itself in. You just gotta wait. Okay. Put it in. Make sure you drain all that egg whites out of there. Okay. And then immediately put your bowl in water, because egg sticks to bowls. So put it in water. So wait for that to get worked in. Let it work, and then next what you're going to want is a teaspoon and a half of vanilla extract. Delicious vanilla extract. I actually made one mistake when I was in school. I had a bowl like this. It wasn't glass, it was plastic. And I was pouring something into my mixer, and it got caught on the paddle, and it got sucked in, and it was at a high speed. And it made a noise in front of the whole class. I was embarrassed, but it was pretty funny. We all laughed at it, but you know, it was pretty funny. So, now, what you want next is sour cream, 1 cup. I don't have any sour cream. I'm using yogurt. Vanilla yogurt. Same thing. It's actually a bit better than sour cream. Okay, so 1 cup in. Okay, so just add it in slowly. It'll all incorporate, don't worry. It'll all get there. It's gonna be runny, but trust me, you're gonna put like flour and stuff in later. Okay? So it'll thicken up. I'm going to get a spoon and scrape that all out. Now after that, you want to add in a 1/4 cup of milk once that's all worked in. Okay, just 1/4 cup. It's runny, but like I said, you're going to put flour in it. Okay, so don't panic if it's runny. It's going to be runny, it's going to be clumpy. You still have a ton more ingredients to add. Okay, so up next, you're going to want to sift in 2½ cups of flour, 2 teaspoons baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I'll show you what that looks like, and I'll have that all down below, don't worry. Okay, so now you got all of this in a bowl. You got 2½ cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of, let me see if I can remember, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Now go easy on the salt. Salt is more of a, I would even go a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Salt's just flavor. It's not going to help it rise or anything. It's just flavor. And you want less salt for a healthier muffin. So it's all in there, sifted. Make sure you sift it. If you do not sift it, you will have clumps mixing in your bowl, and that's disgusting. You'll have clumps when you bake it. It'll pour out and be clumpy. Okay? So sift it. Sift it twice if you want to. Even if your flour is pre-sifted flour. You can buy pre-sifted. What's the point of pre-sifted flour? I don't know. Just buy flour and sift it yourself, okay? Excuse me. So now you're going to want to put that slowly into the bowl, okay? But, excuse me, I got a tickle. Put that in the bowl, but don't pour it like this. Don't, because it's just going to go everywhere. I have a secret tip for that, okay? Secret Brett tip. I'll get it ready. I'll show you what it's like. It is, oops, it's a genius tip. I learned it in school. Wax paper. Put a sheet out. Okay, got a sheet out. Fold it lengthwise, this way. Now pour all the dry in the middle of it like this. Whoops. Oh, I gotta weight that down 1 sec. Alright, so it's weighted down. Now take your dry and pour it like this. If it's a smaller piece, don't do it all at once, okay? So you have it in the middle like that. What you're going to do is, I can't show this really, you're going to grab both ends right here, right here. You'll obviously have 2 hands. You're going to pick it up, and you're going to grab it with 2 hands, and you're going to shake it in to the bowl with the spout, okay? So it's going to look like this. Let me show you. You grab it like this, and you just spout it. Okay, like this. And then, while the mixer's going, obviously, you put it in. Okay, and it's going to thicken up, trust me, let me show you. Now you don't want it at too high of a speed, or else it's all just going to fly out of there, okay? So, put it in. Just little by little, don't do it all at once, and don't do too little. Just do it all at once, or just do little by little. It's going to thicken up nicely into a batter. It won't be so clumpy. Okay? And even if you're halfway through putting the flour in and it's still running, You still have half the flour to put in, so don't panic. It'll be okay. It's the point of this, guys, is to show you you can do it. I'm a 17-year-old kid and I'm doing this. Okay? You can do it. It's thickening up very nicely. Now, put it in. Let it thicken. Once it's all in, let it run for just 30 seconds to mix all up, and then I'll show you where you put it. By the way, preheat your oven to 350 at the very beginning. Okay, it's all in. You can reuse this wax paper later for other flours and such you need to mix in. Don't throw it out. Just put it in tuck it away in a corner somewhere in a shelf like that. Shelf right there. You can use it again. Alright, so now let me show you where you put this batter once it looks like this. Also, make sure you knock off any flour, baking powder, anything that's stuck on top of the paddle. Just knock it off and mix it in even more because you want all that goodness in there. Alright, now since I'm using strawberries and not blueberries, blueberries you can either cut in half or you can use them in whole. They're tiny, they're perfect. I'm using strawberries, so I need to cut them. So I'm going to quarter them and then half the quarters. So I'm not going to need too many. It's going to be a lot of strawberries, okay? And the recipe calls for 2.5 pints of blueberries. I'd say about 4.5 cups of strawberries, 2 cups of blueberries, 2.5 cups, based on. And if you taste it without it, it's just a muffin thing. If you don't want fruit, don't use fruit. It tastes good. Yeah, gross, I know, but it's delicious. You gotta taste your stuff. It's delicious. So, you gotta fold it in. Don't mix it with this. And that's another thing. If you ever use in a recipe chocolate chips, don't mix it with that for too long because you'll just melt the chocolate chips. There's friction. You'll melt the chocolate chips. Especially with fruit, you'll just break the fruit up. It's gross. You wanna fold it in nicely, okay? I'll show you how to do that in a second. So, get all that off your paddle into the bowl and get your fruit cut up. I'll show you how to cut it. It's gonna be good. Okay, so they're all mixed. That's what it looks like. You get this delicious batter with fresh fruit in it. Oh, look at that. It's good. Okay. Pam, spray your muffin tins. Okay. Spray your muffin tins just so that these don't stick to that when you unravel them. Okay. Spray them. Oven at 350. Put them in. I'll show you when they're done. Okay, so the muffins just went in. I will show you what they look like when they're done. It's going to take about 25 minutes. But here's the thing. If this camera turns off by accident, I'm going to have to make another video with what they look like. And it's actually a pretty long video. So that's what I'll do. I'll upload this video as a how-to. Recipe and procedure below. And then in another video, I'll show you what they look like. Okay? So, delicious, healthy muffins. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the other one where I show you what they look like. What you should, you can put butter on them, whatever you want. You can do fresh fruit inside them. So, thank you for watching this, guys. Thumbs this video up, thumbs up the next video, and they should be up in between a couple hours of each other. Okay, thanks.